Samdra TV is here. We the best now in time. Oh, listen and be inspired. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Veronica the boss for Samdra TV. She here to give you the best. Come and listen everybody to Samdra TV. We here to give you the best. Come and listen, enjoy the show. Come and listen to Samdra TV. We the best in time. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Veronica the boss for Samdra TV. She here to give you the best. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Samdra TV.
I love to
Samdra TV is here. We here to inform you, listen and be inspired. Samdra TV is here. We the best now in time. Oh, listen and be inspired. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Veronica the boss for Samdra TV. She here to give you the best. Come and listen everybody to Samdra TV. We here to give you the best. Come and listen, enjoy the show. Come and listen to Samdra TV. We the best in time. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Veronica the boss for Samdra TV. She here to give you the best. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Samdra TV.
I love
Samdra TV is here. We here to inform you, listen and be inspired. Samdra TV is here. We the best now in time. Oh, listen and be inspired. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Veronica the boss for Samdra TV. She here to give you the best. Come and listen everybody to Samdra TV. We here to give you the best. Come and listen, enjoy the show. Come and listen to Samdra TV. We the best in time. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Veronica the boss for Samdra TV. She here to give you the best. Ladies and gentlemen, it is
There you go. Welcome everybody to our PrimeTime Friday. Today it is the 19th day of December 2025, and today we are going to be having a fruitful conversation. Comrade Ebenezer Mole is going to host this platform today, and for our guest, we have Mr. Joseph M. Wallo, who's going to be serving as our guest on this show today. So, Mr. Wallo is backstage, so we're just gonna wait for until our panelists come on board. I want to wish you a compliment of the season. Those of you who are watching us live, we want to say a compliment of the season. I hope that you are having a great festive season. If you travel to Liberia, we want to say, hope your stay in Liberia is going fruitful as planned. Right? We want to say thank you all. If you are already in Liberia, I want to say Merry Christmas in advance as we prepare to celebrate a new festive season. We look forward to hearing some of the good news that you guys have for us, right? But today on our panel discussion, we are going to be looking at variety of topics, ranging from drug administration to youth in society. We started some of these conversations last week, and we are going to continue them today. So we are just waiting for the panelists to join us, and we will be able to have that conversation. So again, today my name is Leon Twazaman. I'm panelist here on the Primetime Friday, and today, like I mentioned earlier, our show is going to be hosted by Comer Steve. So, Steve, how you doing, my man?
Man, I'm doing well, Chief. I'm actually doing well. Yeah. So our guest have a little issue, so he's gonna be joined
Hmm.
probably, or maybe uh, that time will be 20 minutes after it.
Okay.
Yes, like that. So we
Yeah.
just hope that
Nice
whenever he's
message. I
gonna
see
come.
him. He's backstage. Well, I don't want to bring him yet until, but I just saw he's backstage. But then you are the one running the show today. So whenever you're ready to bring him on board, we can bring him on board. But I did. He's in
So how am
studio
I gonna
right now.
bring on board?
Just let me know, and then I'll add him on. I'll add him on the stage.
So let
Once
me
we
let me
let.
ask him now. Let me send you a message and ask him whether
Mhm.
you should add him quick.
Yeah, I mean he's already in the studio, but he's not on stage. So just you and myself on stage right now. So I see him in the background. He's in the studio and everything. So once we're ready to come on stage, we can bring him on stage and have a conversation. But he's already in studio. So
Let
once
me
he's ready,
ask him whether we should add him on stage.
got you. Okay. So while we're working on that, we're gonna play our team song real quick for you guys, and
time
then
for the Samdra TV.
I love to do
Samdra TV is here. We here to inform you, listen and be inspired. Samdra TV is here. We the best now in time. Oh, listen and be inspired. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Veronica the boss for Samdra TV. She here to give you the best. Come and listen, everybody, to Samdra TV. We here to give you the best. Come and listen, enjoy the show. Come and listen to Samdra TV. We the best in time. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Veronica the boss for Samdra TV. She here to give you the best. Ladies and gentlemen, It is time for the Samdra TV.
I love to keep it.
All right, so we want to welcome all of you back to our PrimeTime Friday. I see we have our panelists in the background. Hey, Kwame Depe, how you feeling today, my man?
Yeah, I'm doing great
Okay.
on my end. Awesome.
Absolutely, great. So I know. It's Corman Eben's show. Is his show today, so we're not going to take over his awesomeness. But I don't know what's the update with I don't know what's happening with this year content meet and porn content. I don't know what's going on. We haven't heard a lot of things with porn content. Steve, what's up, my man?
You don't play more. Can't debate tomorrow with Pete Moswara tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah, be careful. We're not kind down. So should we bring him on stage?
Do that now.
Yeah, it's up to
Please
you.
put him on stage.
Okay, there we go.
My man, I can't tell winning Moswara tomorrow. So that's the fact.
Yeah, just be careful so your contact can it gets the in the village. Oh.
Gentlemen, I'm still trying to make my way home, and I
That's
really
fine.
wish I can get to me in the next 10, 15 minutes. I pray and wish so.
Okay,
I'm sorry about
so
this.
that's fine. So what you can do whenever you get home, you can let us know. Then we're gonna add you on stage back. So we're gonna put you back in the studio, but just keep it up. But once you get home, just let us know that we can add you back on stage. Okay, that sounds like a plan.
So Leon,
Okay,
you added
no
Nori.
problem.
You added Nori.
He
I see you added Nori.
yeah, he had a link. I told you send it to him to come on to
Yeah,
come
no,
on.
I actually seen it during the watch. He's not part of the show, so I don't
Okay,
know.
I got you. Okay.
To just watch the show, not to to be a part.
So yeah. I told you don't want to send the link to be a panelist on the show, so I didn't want to.
I mean,
Yeah,
so yeah, tomorrow,
eh?
tomorrow we'll be up with tomorrow.
Yeah, you be careful. You be careful. Boy, I don't want to talk about myself self because look looking at
Um,
right now.
they can't me say we're looking Green Basel Zoom. It was surprising the beat Lofa 2-0. I know how they manage. Green to their beat they put 2-0. But the Zoom is a little bit tough as we speak. There's no show qualification for any team in that Zoom right now.
My man, right now, the way myself playing, Jada Red Man just say, it's sweet to me. Yeah, it's sweet to me. You know, myself playing Jada Man, it's sweet to me because myself learning fan, and as a different kind of fan, the whole kind of be all in my favor.
That's one thing. So when we get okay, I think we have probably two of our panelists now, three
Mhm.
so far because you are also.
Yeah, three of us
So
already.
maybe in the next, let's say in the next 7 minutes, we're going to kickstart our
Okay.
conversation. Yeah, probably 8:20. We're going to kickstart our conversation as it relates to the different topics.
All
So
right.
I think I need to. So I want to ask you those charts. The chart here, is it that this particular chart is it being viewed by our viewers or only us?
It's just us. the
Okay,
viewers are
so
not seeing the chat.
let me see how
Yeah,
best I can paste the same question there because I'm going to be using it,
yeah.
and
It's just all
see how we can.
So, but inside, is it like we'll be asking the guest question or we'll have a conversation
All
together?
of you, the same question I'm asking that all of you, just that him is the first time, so he's the guest.
yeah.
But the same
That's
question,
basically
all
that's
of you will
basically.
respond to it individually.
And then
All right.
why Ebenezer is hosting today? Comedy, you're gonna be hosting the show on Friday too. So because we are passing it to all panelists. So I did last week. Eben is doing today. You do next Friday, just like that. So while we wait until the time, we're just gonna play the team song real quick, and then we will get started.
Samdra TV is here. We here to inform you, listen and be inspired. Samdra TV is here. We the best now in time. Oh, listen and be inspired. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Veronica the boss for Samdra TV. She here to give you the best. Come and listen, everybody, to Samdra TV. We here to give you the best. Come and listen, enjoy the show. Come and listen to Samdra TV. We the best in time. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Veronica the boss for Samdra TV. She here to give you the best.
You can play the song again. You can play the song again.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Samdra TV.
I love to
Samdra TV is here. We here to inform you, listen and be inspired. Samdra TV is here. We the best now in time. Oh, listen and be inspired. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Samdra TV. Veronica the boss for Samdra TV. She here to give you the best. Come and listen, everybody, to Samdra TV. We here to give you the best. Come and listen, enjoy the show. Come and listen to Samdra TV. We the best in time.
So while we wait for the show to get started, I just wanted to bring this local announcement to us. So officially on Monday, which is the 22nd of December, Samdra TV will be launched in Nimba. So I just want to bring that out to our attention. So it will be launched in Nimba on the 22nd of December. And then in view of that, once it is launched in December, on Monday, then the team in Liberia will start to look for a suitable location to get the radio station, because we are currently working on the equipments and things like that. So once it get launched, we go to the LRA, get our title, and be official, because on January we'll have access to go live, right? So we'll go live on our Facebook page. That way we can have our journalists reporting politics, reporting from the executive mansion, reporting from sports and stuff like that. So I want to bring that to share that good news with us while we're here as well with the show to get started. So Evan, I know you got this show, but the show haven't officially started yet, so I'm still running point. So but what do you make of that news so far?
So yes, Chief, thank you. It's a kind of great news. I think these are news that we earlier on anticipated, and it's going to be a great one. So at least our coverage can go as far as the better width of the country. It's a good thing, and I'm excited that it's going to be launched in Nimba, and we hope and pray that maybe in a few months we'll also have some other reporters in other parts of the country, most especially Bonkante. That's where I'm from. So I think we can look at that. But I think it's a good one so far.
Awesome, awesome. Also, I think Mr. Waller is ready now because he just rejoined the studio.
Okay,
So
so now, good. So thank you very much again, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are watching, and this is PrimeTime Friday live on Samdra TV, and today we're going to be discussing several different uh, issues that are confronting young people in Liberia, and we have several of our guests and also our panelists here today. We're going to give them maybe pretty close to 1 minute or 1 minute 30 seconds to see how best they can introduce themselves individually. And then afterwards, we're going to begin quickly with the essence of what we are here for this entire conversation. It is our hope that this conversation become very fascinating, interactive, and as well as informative to the discourse. So we'll begin with one of our panelists, Debe and Findor, to quickly introduce himself. Just 1 minute, 30 seconds. Who are you, Chief? Debe, you are muted. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm on LinkedIn. So my name is Dipet. Dipet Fino. I'm a youth leader. I'm one of the founders for this Youth Prime Town Sandra TV. Professionally, I'm also serving as trade analyst at the level of the School of Commerce and Trade, where we focus on international trade protocol, uh, SME, and other related trade issues. So I'm glad to come part of the team to discuss critical issues affecting for the society.
Thank you, Debe. That's powerful, and that is one of our panelists. He currently works at the Ministry of Labor.
Ministry of Commerce and
Oh,
Industry.
Commerce. He currently works at the Ministry of Commerce. He's a youth leader and also one of the staunch supporters of this rescue government. He's from Nima Kante. He's a fine gentleman of the United Methodist Church as well. And that's Comrade Debe Findo. And we take our next panelist in Leon Twazaman, who's currently in the US, and to kindly introduce himself, maybe 1 minute, 30 seconds, Chief. Who are you?
thank you. So I'm Leon Twazaman, but proud to like Ebenezer Redler stated, I am in the United States, so the time difference is like 3:22 here in Atlanta, Georgia, precisely.
In my own
And
time, and I say after
yeah,
11:22
yeah,
p.m.
my
Imagine
man, I
that.
had a boss man there. I'm a proud member of the United States Army Reserve. That's something that I take very very. I'm honored to be a member of the United States Army Reserve. I'm also a youth advocate as well as a youth ambassador to the Youth Assembly that works with the United Nations, and I am the president emeritus of the Clinton State University Student Union. So this entire student union. So I'm also involved with youth leadership as well when it comes to student politics and things like that. Yeah, so that's me. And as we go over this conversation, we'll talk more better. We're going to know each other better. Thank you, sir.
He's a very powerful young man in Liberia that I know, Leon Twazama, and he has been a very good brother from our childhood days when the United Methodist Church up to now. We have reached a microcosm. He's doing a lot of things. As a matter of fact, he served as president for a student represent council at the university where he attends in the US, and is a proud Liberian Marine. It means a serial army man.
Very proud one, man. Very proud
He's
one.
a female. So
For the
thank you to Azama, and that was very powerful. And to our viewers, our listeners, these are people we have in our show to see how best they can inspire you and give the necessary thoughts to see our best and we can change the dynamics back in Liberia. And it is my utmost pleasing duty to now turn over to our able guest. He is a brother and also normally for me I call him chairman because he has served that capacity with utmost admiration over the years. And it is my pleasing duty to give the time to our able guest, Mr. Joseph M. Wallo, to introduce himself. 1 minute 30 seconds. Sir, who are you?
Well, thank you, Ibrahim, and thank you to the rest of the panelists. I think I don't have an introduction or formal one to give. I just like to introduce myself as Joseph M. Wallo, and I'm from Grand Creek, Maryland counties. And yes, I look forward to having a very pleasant discussion in the interest of finding a solution for Liberia's already existing problems. So yeah, that's Joseph Wallo. That's exactly who I am. Thank you for affording the opportunity.
To our viewers, don't listen to that man. That man portfolio is very gangantuan. It's magnanimous. When you hear the word Joseph Water in Liberia, you know definitely it ranges from the belly width of intellectualism. And as a matter of fact, he bears the the entire university, United Methodist University, where he plays for the debate championship, and he represented his country several parts of Africa and around the world, playing debate and also reaching there at the echelon. And he's a very good brother, like I said. It's a pleasure to have him here, and I think his contribution towards the show tonight is going to be very much fascinating. It's going to be very okay. So while we anticipate the other guests to join, like Lex of Josephus Grahams, and as well as Jeff Zell Labila, I'm the host for today's show, and Ebenezer Molia. Many of you may know me. In short, I'm a climate change and a STEM advocate. My passion for biosciences in Liberia is something that is very unflinching because I think that it is about time that Liberia transform from that backward reactionary states to having modernity when it comes to biosciences in our country and as well as to be able to improve climate change issues and as well as health related issues in Liberia. So I'm currently studying my graduate program, master's in molecular biology in Turkey. I'm currently in Ilazek at Faraj University, and it's a pleasure to be part of this conversation as the host to bring these brilliant minds together and to see how best we can make our thoughts so far. So thank you, comrades, and we're going to begin swiftly with our conversation, beginning with our various topics that we're going to have our conversation. But before starting with our panelists and our guests, let me just quickly try to announce some of the topics we're going to be discussing tonight that those are viewing, watching us can be able to be on the guideline. The first conversation we're going to be having tonight is we're going to discuss more when it comes to substance abuse and social stability. That is, it talks about drugs issue in our country, and it is with utmost admiration that one of Liberia's leading advocates when it comes to drugs issue is our guest today, Joseph Mwolo. He has a very great, let's say, understanding when it comes to that particular field because he has been into the advocacy for a couple of years, and we are glad to have him to see how best he can share his expertise when it comes to the issue of drugs in Liberia and how is Liberia trying to tackle those issues. We also have one of the pressing challenges that talks about leadership and corruption, how our leaders in Liberia can be accountable when it comes to leadership, and also how can our society be savage when it comes to corruption. These are issues we'll be discussing. And third, on our conversation, we talk about youth employment and economic inclusion. And we know that in Liberia, like we normally say, the youth constitute pretty close to over 85% of the total population. So how were young people given the opportunity to work, feed their family, and also be able to contribute to the national economy of the country? So we have brilliant minds that are going to give their own perspective as it relates to that. And our last topic for today's conversation is going to be on mental health as a national priority. There are a series of things that happen around when it comes to mental health, and we think that our panelists are going to give their entire, let's say, view and thoughts on those particular issues. So to be able to have this particular show in time, when we will give each question to our panelists, and there will be allotted 1 minute each to respond to this question because we want to salvage the time in a way that we work within time to see how best we can leave from here early. So before going to the panelists, we have just been joined by one of our panelists in Ambassador Joseph D.N. Grams, and we're going to give him the time to introduce himself. Just 1 minute. Sir, who are you?
I'm Joseph DM Grams, a permanent son of Liberia.
So he said he's Ambassador Joseph D.M. Grams, and also from Liberia, one of powerful youth advocate in Liberia. He's going to share his thoughts on these things we've just mentioned as part of our conversation. So the first of all, let's begin with and Joseph Wallo, because the reason why I'm starting with Joseph Wallo with this panel is because he has vast knowledge when it comes to the issue of drugs in our country, substance abuse, and as well as how civil society is tackling those issues, and also how national government is also trying and seeing this as a priority in Liberia to see how best we can tackle the issues of drugs in our country. So I'm going to begin with the first panel question to Joseph M. Wallo to see what are his takes when it comes to substance abuse in Liberia, and as well as what are those things that government are doing in civil society to be able to tackle those issues. So, Ambassador Joseph, what do you have the time to respond to that quickly?
I think he's lagging. His internet is you know how internet is in Liberia right now.
So, since definitely it's likely you will come up, we will take the question to Debefina to give his thought quickly, just a 1 minute. The issue about drugs and how civil society is trying to resolve it, and also national government. Debe, you have all the time. 1 minute.
Okay, thank you, Ebenezer. So the issue of drugs in our society is an emerging national emergency at this point. And but I want to appreciate civil society churches that are involved into rural rehabilitation program. There are a lot of organizations that are involved into awareness, different impact with drug related issue. At this point, I think the national government take charge of this because we have reached the point of national emergency. If we can tackle this issue right now, the society will go. But substance abuse, how do we start? We normally call these guys zobos, or some people refer to them as Rex youth, and they have not much alternative activities. People in school, especially high school, like before you have Friday, you have debate, you have quizzing, you have activities that will keep students attention due to that. So it reduce their appetite for sitting with friends and being influenced. And we used to have the inside lead, and student will get glued to some of the activities. But now there's not much alternative activities. So most of the young people, they call it they want to be big boy, and being big boy. These are some of the things, and the substance abuse drugs they start with. And it's a very dangerous thing for our society right now. We have reached the point of a national emergency at this point. The level of work civil society and churches are doing, they actually need government support right now because it's a real crazy level. There's no part of the society will go in and see disadvantage. Even going to interior right now, it's not for any more. If you go outside moreover, you go to Europe. A rural part of the country, you find disadvantage, all part of the society.
Oh,
So,
thank you
so talk
very much.
about
Thank you very much, brother. The bear, I think that was powerful. And what I captured from his thought, the issue of substance abuse is cardinal. He made mention about people we refer to as Ogos in Liberia and tackling from different parts of the country and the way in which things are being handled. I want to say thank you, Chief. And we we look forward to more of this kind of conversation. So on this note, we will take, I think Joseph M. Waller has been joined. He has rejoined. So since he has vast knowledge when it comes to these things because of the advocacy over the years when it comes to substance abuse, drugs, we want to know what has been some of the roles of civil society, organization, national government when it comes to tackling the issues of drugs in Liberia. Joseph Waller, you have the time. I think you are muted, Joseph. Hello, Joseph. Meu like internet very bad on us out.
Yeah, you having
Since
They never issue a serious. I had to change my location set, they never issue a challenge.
since he's rejoining, and then we take Josephus DN Grimes to share a perspective on the topic, substance abuse and how we civil society and national government is trying to tackle those issues. You have 1 minute, sir.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry, it's really disturbing.
Thank you so much, Ebenezer, and let me say thank you to our many listeners out there who is always promoting this platform, who is always adhering to this platform to see our best to follow all of the programs on the Central TV, and I encourage all of you. Thank you ever so much. The issue about drugs in our country, first of all, let me give a hand of applause to the government of Liberia, who is actually doing well when it comes to the issue about drugs in this country. But in another context, we need to suppress the government so that the government can, as you may be aware, that there was a very huge amount of launch of awareness of drugs issue, and that awareness was actually held. The program was actually held to uh, the Capitol building in Liberia. This is what we want to do to the government. We want to pressurize the government that this awareness shouldn't be done only in one county, but it should be done all over the 15 counties of the Republic of Liberia. The issue about drugs, there are two major types of drugs. They got essential drugs and they got narcotic drugs. What we are talking about here is the narcotic drugs. Basically, we know you have a fighter, we have a murder, we have sisters and brothers. If we find them on the street smoking those things, who people who supposed to become leader for better tomorrow, people who supposed to become leaders for the next generation to come, and they are found in such a habit. What advice, what what strategies can you think we can put into place as an advocates and activists? Now, one major issue is the issue about a rehabilitation center. The government is doing well, but on the other hand, there is not much of rehabilitation center to carry these guys there so that they can be rehabilitated. I guess that if we want to change them, we understand for somebody when the guy addicted to this issue of drugs, it takes time to eliminate it. So in the issue of a drugs, if the rehabilitation center is more within the country, I guess that the issue of a drugs will be eliminated very fast. Because those guys, let's say for instance, if you see the young guy who is found in the issue of drugs, now you want to rehabilitate that guy. What strategies are you using? What mentor are you putting into place? Now, if you want to rehabilitate that guy within a period of 6 months, if this guy used to take that drugs in three times a day, maintain it 3 times a day for the first 2 to 3 months to come. If you maintain it 2 to 3 times a day for the first 2 to 3 months, after the first 2 to 3 months, the 4 months you reduce it. Instead of him taking it 2 times, you give it to him instead of him taking it 3 times, you give it to him 2 times. In the 5th month, You give it to him one time. You will know that if you reach in a 6 month, this guy, if he's stopping it, this guy will actually, But in the issue about stopping it, you should be able to give him something that will make him feel like the normal way that when he take it in, the normal way he do it. Our police are doing well, but on the other hand, they are not doing well. Now, sometimes I wonder why. If you take a walk, I live Magibi County, Lower Magibi, the Unification City Belt. If you take a walk on the road, you see those guys holding collars. You see those guys holding drawers, smoking. Even the the police are there to protect life and property. They are even the police station doing those things. Today, our parents are no longer sleeping freely because when they go and take those things, normally they feel on normal. They were drinking before they come to that said that they drink. In fact, they see you like a chicken. So I guess that the strategies the government is putting into place, they are doing well. They are doing, if I would grade them, I would grade them 50%. They have done 50%. But on the other hand, they need to increase the 50% to 75 or 95% so that the issue of drugs can be eliminated. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you very much, Josephus. I think your thoughts were well aligned. So we will take Joseph Mwolo to share a perspective as it relates to substance abuse and how civil society organizations as well as national government is trying to see how best they can solve the issue of drugs in Liberia. Joseph, you have the time.
Right, thank you, Ebenezer, and I'm sorry for the 2 minute breakings. Um, I'm maybe still trying to think if I would last up on the call because our normal thing here there is no calling as I'm going home. Anyways, let me weigh in on the issue of drugs. We are aware that illicit drug is a serious one affecting Liberia, not only Liberia but neighboring nations, and I think globally it affects every country. Particularly speaking to Liberia as a case, I think I would not want to go with the blame to blame the government or blame the addicts. I think at this point it requires a collective efforts of the CSOs, the community dweller families, and the government. And so the issue of drug, I think we all, one way or the other, may have contributed. And someone will say, "Why do I say so?" And I'm making the statement because I feel like there is this lady who sees some guys, they are trying to group themselves somewhere behind a house to consume drug. But again, she doesn't care to raise an alarm. She doesn't care to act as a whistleblower. She allowed those guys to create a base, and after which the base is established, and maybe her children gets harmed or they are stealing from her, and then she feels that the issue of drug has become a carnage. So we agree on one thing, that drug is bad, but when do we get to know that drug is bad? Is it when these addicts have already become addicted to the substance, or from the initial stage? Since now we are here, I am going to say from my own point of view, to tackle the issue of drug, we must all get involved with the pre-education. We must also pressure the government to ensure that our security system is strong enough so that we don't allow drug to easily enter. One thing I won't say here is that we can stop the trade of drugs altogether. No, I am not going to make that statement to say we can stop the trade of drug altogether, but I think we can minimize the trade, because you see the issue of drug is a business. Whether we like it or not, the barons must carry on their business. The traffickers must carry on their business. But what we can do, and I think that was something like they was trying to address when they established the Control and Substance Abuse Act of 2023. So they were trying to say, okay, since this thing is universal, If you must have trade or if you must be in possession of these drugs, you must have a license. So meaning they acknowledge the fact that we can altogether get rid of the issue of illicit drug. But what we can do is to minimize, and this is where all of us effort comes in. So beginning from my end, some of you may be aware, I have an institution that is running called the Alliance of Educators Against Illicit Drugs. And as part of our work, what we do is to visit the high schools, the elementary and junior high, and provide the pre-education. Our belief is such prevention is far better than cure. It's better we provide the education that is needed to tackle the issue of drug than wait that this youth get involved before trying to rehabilitate them. There is nothing wrong with rehabilitating these people, but the form and manner I think they are doing has become a problem. Many of the reintegration and rehab centers around, they focus on taking these addicts there at the center, and when they take them there, all they do in the money is prayer, and after prayer, find food for these people to eat. So even the security system at that place is even weak. They do not have security system to monitor whether these guys still taking or not. So for me, I think it requires your effort, Ebenezer. It requires Leon's effort, and it requires my own effort to ensure that we provide the education and we start to act as whistleblower. So if we move from that place of shifting blame on the government and all of us take part in this thing, I think we will find a common remedy. So yes, drug is bad, but to approach it, I think it needs all of us hands on deck. So, and this is what I have started, and I know others are doing in their own power as they can. And together, if all of us can do our little, we can help Liberia grow from the place of much drug intake and at least try to reintegrate our youth. Because all of us have established that, of course, the youth are the future, and the future is now. So if we allow these people to get spoiled altogether, one thing I always told people, if I sit and see that the drug addicts increase, my life is very insecure because I can build my fence at all as much as possible. One day they will come on me when they are prepared. So in as much I am concerned about my life, I am concerned about my family, and even those brethren who are involved, it's important that I provide the education where necessary. And this is what I would love to contribute. Thank you so much.
This is powerful. Like we said, there was no mistake to invite you as a guest on this platform because we know specifically the topic on the conversation discussion. You are well rounded and with years of experience. And Joseph, I want to say thank you for the contribution. I think it's very much necessary. All of us are here, and the issue about education, providing education to people when it comes to these things, are very cardinal enough. And I think I want to say thank you very much for laying emphasis on that. And I think when we have more of this kind of conversation, I think we are making national progress. So we take Leon. Leon will make his contribution on the issue, and then we'll go to the next topic.
Yeah, so I have about a minute. So I'm trying to see if I'm able to beat Joseph, but it seems like this is his forte. But what I would like to say, I think all of us have agreed upon one thing, and that is drugs is never a good thing. All right, that's one thing we have all established here. And I think I was going to say, but I'm glad Joseph mentioned it. You see, when it comes to the issue of the drugs, right? Drugs, I would love to say substance abuse, right? And sometimes it's not just about the person, because substance abuse, it weakens the society, it weakens young people, it weakens government officials, because you'll be surprised, you'll see renowned people out there too doing taking in substance, right? So I just don't want to focus on our, like Comrade Becky said, our disadvantaged brothers and sisters, right? I want to focus on the entire country as a whole, because substance abuse damages the country's image, right? Because you have officials who are respected in the nation, just like Joseph said, using drugs now as a business. And instead of us fighting drugs, we are here using drugs as a business. So drugs weakens the society. It weakens all of us who are one way connected to people who are doing drugs. And what I would like to add to before my 1 minute expire is the fact that you see there are many young people, there are many people in Liberia and around the world who uh don't understand what we're talking about when we're talking about fighting drugs, right? So if you have not had someone very close to you or very, very close to somebody or your family members, you will not know how damaging drug can be. But if you have had some of us who have one way or the other aligned ourselves with someone who is fighting drugs, or we know somebody who is in a battle of fighting drugs, we know for a fact that it's very, very damaging. And to agree with Joseph, we have to fight and we have to do that pre-education. As someone who is in the healthcare field, who's doing nursing, I know for a fact that one of the things that can contribute to what the entire drugs issue is the fact that people have high tolerance of drugs, right? You go to the hospital, you got people to give you paracetamol or to give you antidote, and that antidote, like you take it for a while, you feel good, right? The pain level goes down for a second, and then you come back after 3 minutes again. You want to drugs again, and then it starts to add up. But if all of us can fight it, if all of us can be there and provide that necessary education and fight it from the get go, from the very onset, right? And I would like to John Joseph, let me know. We'll chat afterwards with John, your organization. We all have to fight drugs. It's not a good thing, and we'll not sit down here and support. So if any means necessary we have to support drugs or to fight it the country, we are willing to do that. Thank you so much, Ebenezer.
That's very awesome, Leo. I think you were very bold, and the fact is that you even clearly open your support to be a part of the advocacy when it comes to substance abuse. I think it also opens the door for more young people to be engaged in kind of these activities. So I think it's kind of good, and we look forward to more of this kind of conversation. So we move to our next topic, and I think this one we is more about national leadership and how young people can also take on national leadership. So let's hear a few of your thoughts when it comes to the issue about corruption and leadership accountability in Liberia. We want to hear what are your thoughts. What do you make about that? But this time around, I'm going to start with you, Leon. You're going to be the first person. I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts when it comes to corruption and leadership accountability in our country and how young people can also be a part?
So if there's one thing I've learned out of my 3 years plus in serving the United States Army Reserve, is the fact that integrity is very important, right? That is part of the Army Basic Core, integrity. And pushing that to the angle of the national leadership and corruption in Liberia. Uh, like many of us know, we have some corrupt government officials in Liberia. Now, to fight those corruptions, our leader needs to be accountable for every action that they take. There are 73 representatives from each district that represent their constituents, right? Yeah, right, right. Well, 73 for now until we reach the 84, right? Now, if we as constituents hold our lawmakers accountable for every action that they're taking, right? For every vote that they are going to do in the House, or every bill that is going to be passed, then for a fact, we are starting by fighting the corruption in the country. Here's what's happening right now. We have our lawmakers who go out there, who go in the House, right? Vote, make statements, but then whenever now, many times I watch the House sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I see for a fact there are many lawmakers there who back in the non-merit chairs we always used to say they are called second emotion, right? You are there, you are a lawmaker, you represent our constituents, but then you are not saying anything that's going to benefit your district for which you represent. And then we as constituents in that district, we do not hold these people accountable. And because we don't hold them accountable, they think that it's okay to do whatever they are doing now. But if we as constituents, if I'm from district number 7 in Nima County, my lawmaker is Honorable Musa Berete. If I was in Liberia, every time Honorable Berete goes to my district, I'm holding him accountable, right? But don't let our lawmakers use the cash violence on us. Coming out here, give us $300 because we have not seen it before. So the flat of $500 that we think is a big money. But yet and still, they'll go back in the House, carry on the same corrupt act. So as young people who are passionate about the country, passionate about success, we have to hold these lawmakers accountable for every action that they will take. And if they don't want to take accountability for it, then 2029 comes, We don't put them there. But until we can hold our lawmakers accountable, these people will always be running some corrupt things in the house and corrupting in the country as a whole.
Until we can hold our lawmakers accountable, this thing is going to repeat repeatedly. I think that was a good thought, and I think you've made it very clear. We as young people needs to hold accountable to our leaders in our different districts, press them forward on what are the tackling issues that young people is facing, and how they can be that voice. Because the entire country has over 5 million, and we just have 73 lawmakers representing each constituent. Now, all the 5 million people will go in the house will go make decisions. So each of them represent thousands of people around. So if we can press on our lawmakers to see our best, they can be able to hear our issues that we are confronted with. I think that's something going to be good. Leon, thank you for that contribution. I think it was very succinct. So we take the bet. The bet will give his own contribution as it relates to the issue about corruption and leadership, how national government tackling this, and also how young people can get involved. So, Debe, you have the time.
Okay, thank you, Ebenezer. Corruption. And we mostly young people tend to only look at corruption as leaders in national government. But sometimes I ask the question, do we really hate corruption? And I ask some of my colleagues the question, do we really hate corruption as a society? Because what I observe, people only speak against corruption when they are not benefiting from the corruption. And typical example, right? You go to the bank and you're standing on the queue to be served. You'll be on that queue, the teller will take somebody and it will just come and take. You'll complain. But when it is you in that situation, you don't complain. The issue of corruption is not just national leaders, it's the society. We are trying to normalize corruption as a normal thing in the society. The layman who is a security to an institution, we are seeing the issue of corruption. We will focus on national leaders, yes, because they have a greater responsibility and they are in that role to ensure change, to influence change that will affect the society. But corruption is not just national leaders. And you give a young man a job and you'll be asking, he will not think about the salary and what to do, or they get eaten. Like a question some people ask, they get eaten. One issue might say they get eaten, I mean that's on the corruption mindset. And we got to take the issue of corruption serious if we actually speaking against corruption instead of just blaming national leaders, representatives, ministers, and the president. Everyone in the society, young people, old leaders, should wheresoever you are, even a little institution, and a little institution is serving, you must serve it with integrity and transparency. Because integrity and transparency is something once you're doing something that you're doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. That's integrity. So, but the government and national leaders do have greater responsibility, but we shouldn't just forget that we too, as an ordinary citizen in the society, it is also counting upon us to do the right thing where we serve, wherever we work, organization, government institution, and we shouldn't just speak against corruption when it's not benefiting us. Because most of the case, that's a you didn't get put on about corruption. Somebody said, "But I'm on road there, protect my man road." When it's not in there, for example, what currently happening during the last 6 years, sedition, they didn't see anything bad. Nothing bad they saw. They was okay, they were happy in society. And only now, because they are not in the government, they were criticized and they were see things bad, they will see corruption. And the other way around, rescue supporters too, some rescue supporters do not see anything bad. They don't see whether allegation of corruption, where person are taking action. They don't see anything bad in the government because they feel that they associate with that group of people and they may be benefiting in one way or other. So they do not see bad, and we are normalizing this in the society, which is crippling the society because The next person, you may not be the leader, but as you change that leader, we always talk about change representative. We have every election year, more than 70% of the representative we can vote them out. We bring new people, and we still have the same complete because these people that were bringing, these new people were bringing to make a law because again, they from the society, they from the community. We tomorrow we you know their character, but because he is your friend and you have access to him and you quote unquote, I'm a man, you vote him and you prefer him, and or another person, and we will continue changing lawmakers, and we still having the same result. But the current legislature, more than 50 lawmakers are new. But why are we still complaining on terms of
So, Debe, you are muted, and I think the 1 minute has elapsed. I think your contribution was very cardinal enough. We grasp your concern, your thoughts. They are well aligned, and thank you for the contribution. So, we're going to take Josephus on the issue about corruption and leadership accountability for government and youth. Afterwards, we take Joseph Wallow. So, for now, Josephus, you have the 1 minute. Please make your contribution.
Yeah, thank you,
So,
Ebenezer. So,
I mean, real quick, Ebenezer, can I serve as a timekeeper?
You can welcome. You are welcome to do that. You are welcome. Thank you. 1 minute, please.
am I about to go ahead?
Go ahead, Joseph and Josephus. Go ahead.
So, the issue about Jaws, there's a famous saying biblically. They say there is no man free from sin. So I always told people this, right? There is no one man that is free from corruption. Corruption started way back, and to get rid of corruption, it's kind of difficult. Now, one thing we should look at is what we call transparency and accountability. Our leaders, even individually, we ourselves, we are not accountable for our action. We are not accountable for our decision. We are not accountable for our outcomes. So how can we get rid of the issue of corruption? Now, let's take for instance, you notice a boss selling gas, the issue about gas. You will come to smell notice, you see somebody selling gas $750. You come to Dorostan, you see somebody selling gas $780. That's complete corruption. That's complete. Like Leon said, right? One thing we should tell very clearly now when it comes to the issue of corruption is integrity. Our integrity matters a lot in the issue of corruption because we guess that it promotes your great performance at job or whatever institution you may find yourself in. Two, it promotes trust and accountability, credibility. So if you be involved into corruption, it's that kind of a certain things for us as a country, as a nation. There should be strategy, there should be mentor that should be put in place to see how to get rid of corruption in our country. The government should be able to get rid of what we call a stabilization. There should be a stabilized issue passed to all entities. Now, one thing is that let's look at the justice systems. The justice system, you know that somebody, you won't imagine that somebody is wrong and a judge, because of money, the judge will go to court and defend that person just because of it. That's corruption. The person who wants to tell them they are wrong. There is no even about it. The only way you should plead the case of the person, except the person is not wrong. But you notice that judge will go to court and plead case that they know within their self-conscious that that person is wrong. So I guess, brother Ebenezer, I guess that the issue of corruption is something that we've been talking long since the 90s and up to present we are saying. So there are so many ways we get rid of corruption. As the process go on, let us see how best to promote transparency and accountability. Those three cardinal things will help us to eliminate the process of corruption. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. That was so powerful, Josephus. I think your contribution was also enlightening. Sadly, we don't have our guest. I think you will rejoin. However, we go to the next topic. When you rejoin, you will still make a contribution to leadership correction. So this time around, we're going to start with youth unemployment and economic inclusion. So this topic, we're going to begin with Josephus Grams to give his thought. What are things that tackling youth when it comes to unemployment, and how can young people be given the opportunity to be employed and also contribute to the national economy to see how best that the flow of income can circulate around like period. So Josephus, you have the time, 1 minute. Please make a contribution.
Thank you ever so much. As a young person, for you to be employed in an economic system, you have to be firstly qualified for that. We know that our young peers, our these days youth, how many of them are educated? The open vocational school, some of them don't want to make use of the other opportunity to go to those vocational schools. How can you be employed? How can an entity entrust you with the credibility of being to employ you that yes indeed you qualify? For you to be employed, you should be qualified two ways: paperly and experience. Because there are two basic things. You should have the paper and you should have the experience. How many years? But like we said, one of the main things that keep killing the unemployment rate in our economy is the issue about jobs. The issue about jobs. Most of our youth, you have 75.9% of our youth addicted to drugs, substance abuse. How will we employ them? You notice that of the 25%, you have 10 to 15% that who are educated, and the rest they are not educated. How are they to be employed into an entity or an institution when you are not qualified? So I guess that the two ways in which you should be permanently employed to an entity, you should be qualified properly, and you should have the experience for that self position or that self job that you need. Then, if you are qualified, then we can see how best we advocate for employment. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you very much, bro. You've made contribution clear. So for Joseph, you're going to be given 2 minutes. Your thought is actually going to be on the first issue that has to do with corruption in leadership accountability, and you're also going to lay emphasis on youth employment and economic inclusion about young people. So you're going to get 2 minutes to provide your clear thoughts on these two different topics, and then we can move to our next panelist. So you have the time, Joseph.
Corruption and governance this way. All of us. Liberia has no one policy that supports corruption. It is you see that it strongly warns against corruption. But what has made the system bad is the culture of impunity. Someone steals and goes. That happens because of the 2 minute connection that we leverage. So, oh, because I know the person, because I know the person, when I do this, I will go scot free because at the end of the day, I will call Ezra as the person and they will come and meddle into the case. And at the end of the day, but the young people, I think to a greater extent, we are trying, but our trying is not. Um, there's some young people who, with some who have already indulged, so it's involved corruption, and so it have to be can handle corruption. The simplest way, I think, to ourselves when we are entrusted with position is to leave motive or self. Diamond. It says for corruption to occur, there must be an opportunity. Despite that, you find many people who are stealing, even though why they steal is because the opportunity is there. We must strengthen our policy, and we should forget this issue about I know this person, so let's bend. Should stand for what it means, and that is what I would love to say on corruption. All of us must be sincere to ourselves before being trusted with positions. If not, I mean, like, it is not a position that makes someone steal. That person is already a criminal before you give them the position. So let's go on youth inclusion and empowerment or employment to say. The last time I was sharing with a group of other young guys, and I was telling them, I think in Liberia the youths are not valued. We are only seen as people with potential during political rallies and political events. Take for instance, I'm going to use it as a case. The World Bank group invited a group of young people to a meeting to streamline their 5-year strategic plan, their country framework partnership agreement they have with Liberia, governing between 2025 to 2029. They call the young people to share and give their own inputs. Meanwhile, the document has already been finalized before the young people were called. It was something I would call in the common colloquial, we say charade. It means you see us formed by, you want to make fun out of us. Even though we've finalized this year, what we'll be doing over the next 5 years. So whatever you say here, it doesn't really count. So to have young people empowered, it means we must start with and not at the stage of implementation we are taking for in Liberia. During policy, we are only involved when they want to implement what they have already agreed to. So whether it makes sense to us or not, to address the issue of unemployment in Liberia, one thing I want to dismiss is the fact that government will not employ all of us. But government create the enabling environment for people to get employed. What do I mean? We leverage private, provide the opportunity for people to grow the technical skills that youth people and young people need for innovation. We provide the fundings. You know what is very sad enough is that even those who are entrepreneurs in Liberia still struggle because finances, African Development Bank, do not people. You find maybe so if the young people must be self-reliant enough, it means the government should create a priority where they have funds. And some were proposing, I think, a bill on the art that maybe they create a youth bank. I think it's one of these African countries also that they have a bank exclusive businesses. So I think to understand if the young government needs to try. Why the government to try? What do I mean? We should be able to think outside the box. University prepare and just put on your bracket to that thing is not. We have to limit ourselves so much that we must have office job, and that is the only way we have relevance. To create jobs for ourselves. We are hoping that the government will provide the fundings needed, and that is what I would love to say. To have youth empowered or employed, the government have a part to play to privatize and prioritize the private sector, give money, leverage the triple P, waiting to step out of their comfort zone. We can depend entirely on government. Government will provide job for all of us. It's not possible. The few of us who have the opportunity to work with government, we are only privileged. We are privileged enough. Better still, there are a lot of us who are not employed and we need employment. So maybe I can stop here and allow others to build on. But again, let's remain firm. Corruption begins, if corruption must go out of Liberia, it begins with all of us. We must be firm in our decision not to steal. We should not steal. Let's tell ourselves, let's tell our family, we should not steal when we are entrusted with power. For employment opportunities, yes, the government have a part to play, and that is to provide fundings, to prioritize privatization, and of course, the young people themselves have problem. We must be innovative enough, and the good thing is we have all of the tools. AI is there to make you learn any business you want to learn. We have the internet now to market ourselves and the businesses we are involved with. So the young people themselves need the boss.
Thank you very much, Joseph. Thank you. I think that was very powerful enough. So we, as it relates to time, I don't think we're gonna go to the last question that talks about mental health. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna take Debe and Leon to talk about youth employment and opportunities, and afterwards we'll take 1 minute each of you for your parting comments, and then if anybody following our live on our live coverage, I want to make contribution, they can do that, and then afterwards we end the entire conversation for tonight because of time. So, however, we take debate. Debate, you have 1 minute to make a contribution on youth unemployment and as well as opportunities.
Okay, thank you again. Youth unemployment. You know, everything you discuss, you will draw down to national government intervention with unemployment, especially young people, because there are a lot of young people in Nigerian who are waiting and able to job others. And it's a serious issue in the society. Just 2 weeks ago, the president said admitted for a cabinet meeting and related to the issue of unemployment and had the government can create some strategy around that. But Joseph was talking something about entrepreneurship, and I want to appreciate the government in that aspect of support to SME because after the Ministry of Commerce, I know they kind of work with SME small business. Just 1 week ago, we concluded the National SME Conference, which resumed we resumed last year the SME conference for small and medium enterprise. After 8 years of suspension, we resumed that program. We commit to continue happening every year. So on that program, with the late Library Investment Financing Trade Project, they support small business and small medium enterprise. They train them, also give money to banks, access to financing for them. That project is an active project. They partner with our campus. I think Ebenezer police on the platform to our campus, and the young police who run that program and for SME. So I will appreciate the government on that. But on the overall unemployment is a challenge. It's a serious issue in the society. And like Joseph said, the government cannot employ everybody, and it's just not possible. But what the government can do is to create that avenue and that environment for the private sector to grow. Once the private sector is active, is vibrant, and you will have institution, company, when you get other company coming in the country, they will create jobs. Like for example, Aston Mental, yeah, there are a few companies within the private sector that provide jobs for young people, the banking sector being it, and but if the government open up the private sector and encourage, they will also talk about corruption. Once you have a integrity free and better justice system, you have investors to come invest their money where they will not and be afraid of and people eating their money or when something happens to go to the justice system and they get justice. So the government have a greater role to play on the issue of unemployment and youth entrepreneurship.
That is powerful, and the bear, and he comes from the backdrop of commerce. These are business people, entrepreneurs, so they have the technical understanding how this thing works. Thank you for that contribution. I think it's quite significant, and young people need to take into consideration. So we take lastly Leon. Afterwards, we take just 30 seconds parting comments from all of you, and then we listen to our viewers if there's any, and then we can have it this or the. So Leon, you have the time.
Yeah, thank you, Eben. So for me, when it comes to this entire unemployment issues, right, with young people. And I think I want to go back to what Josefa said about education, right? But here is what I would see as someone who has been in the educational segment for a while now. You see, in order to be employed, you have to be educated. And what is education? There's one way I define education. Education is learning what you have learning or putting what you have learned into use. That is education. Putting what you have learned into use. That is education. Now you don't have to go to school. You don't have to be an engineer or a doctor or biochemist to be educated. You can be educated by going to trade. Trade makes you educated. You can be educated by learning how to sew and learning how to wash cars. These things are all empowerment on its own, right? So if you are an engineer working for making 6 figures per month, or 6 figures per year because you are educated. If someone who does trade, who knows how to sew clothes or wash clothes or babysit somebody, they are also educated. And what's happening? They have something called self-empowerment. But nowadays, our young people sit back, right? Go to these universities, get bachelor's degree, right? Get a master's degree, and then they sit back and fold their hands. You have, for instance, every year, the United Methodist Universities, the University of Liberia, the State of Mary Polytechnic, pull a graduate. And those graduate lists, you have a lot of accountants among those lists. You have a lot of engineers, biologists. So you are competing with somebody else. So you are competing with somebody else. And in doing so, you have to prepare yourself. You have to be able to empower yourself. If you choose to do accounting, know for a fact that Liberia has so many accounting that yes, I'm going to job hunt. Right? You're not going to sit back and you allow President Braga to open his ear. Oh yeah, there are so many people in Liberia. So what I can say when it comes to youth empowerment or youth empowerment is very simple. Putting what you have learned into use. Once you put what you have learned into use, you realize that you are empowered by yourself. You can start like what Comrade Joseph said. You can empower yourself. You can sit home. There's AI. You can do what to do now. You can figure it out. T-shirt print. A lot of stuff out there to get you empowered. All of these young men who have Amazon, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, right? They are not the wizards, right? They are not known as somebody who have 3, 4, 5, 6 PhD, but yet and still they run the biggest and brighter entity around the world because they put what they learn into use. So while we close on this, just young people, do not sit back and depend on the government to give you job. Do something. Wake up, teach, wash clothes, wash shoes. Just do something to empower yourself and do not depend on the government. Like Joseph said, everybody, my man, come on, Liberian way. Everybody can get a government job. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Leon. Come on, Liberian, but now everybody can get a job back. So I think this
Everybody
gentleman.
can get a government job.
Oh, sorry, everybody can get a government job. No, everybody must get a job, but everybody can't get a government job. So I think these gentlemen were very great, and their contributions on these fascinating topics. I think they were quite interesting. Like we said earlier from the start of this, uh, Primetime Friday, we told you that this is going to be fascinating and as well as interactive, informative. And I think you listened, and they were very good. And let me say big thanks to all of my panelists and to our guests. We want to say thank you for accepting our invite, Joseph and Mwalo. And we pray and hope that maybe in the future again, we're going to invite you to come and discuss different topics on this platform. There's a platform that is created for young people to come and see how best they can be able to understand these things. So it's a good one. And thank you, and also to our listeners, thank you for following. So we take 10 seconds each from all of them and to see how best we can have a wrap up. So we start with the better test just do a wrap up.
Okay, okay, thank you, Ebenezer. Tony was great, fascinating. As we move forward, thank you to our guest, Joseph Wallow, for his time, to join us, have conversation period national issue that fairly great society. So we look forward to another fascinating show next Friday. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We take Josephus Grimes.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ebenezer. And let me say thank you to our many listeners out there, and I encourage all of you to subscribe to the channel, both YouTube and Facebook. Share the link, invite somebody to follow the channel because there are so many exciting programs that will come your way every week. So we want to say thank you for this great discussion, and I look forward to working with all of my panelists, most particularly my guests. Uh, Brother Joseph, we want to say thank you ever so much for accepting the invitation and coming into studio with us. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you very much, Josephus. We take Joseph to do a 30 seconds wrap up, and then we take Leon.
I mean,
Leon,
since
you also
since he's the guest, I would just go in and
okay, no problem. So let's start with you, Leon.
So what I would say in 30 seconds, right? So join me and Joseph and fight against Josh, man. Josh that everybody thing, right? So just join us, my man. I'm not an honorable member of Joseph movement, my man. We here to fight Josh anything necessary. So join us.
And
Let's
also, I think I've also joined you as well to also work with him
yeah,
to see how
man.
best we
So
can promote those
all of you,
advocacy.
I think I said I did.
yeah. So we are all standing firm to fight against this Josh. One man get hurt, everybody get hurt. So see you on Friday as Comrade D. Fina will host the show next Friday, and that's it.
So, Joseph, you have the time, just 30 seconds to kind of do a wrap up.
So thank you. I'm entirely grateful to all of you, Leon, Ambassador Josephus, and Diva, Eben. Thank you for the opportunity. What I can say, Liberia is challenged. Let's play our part to ensure that we weather with this challenge. The government is doing what they can. They will double up, I'm very sure. But let's play our individual part. And to the many listener, thank you for following. Let's do what we do for the country. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Joseph. And Leon, is there any contribution, anything so far this time? So if there is none, then I think uh, we will definitely work together and see how best we can move on. And again, thank you to all of you. And then let's keep up, and then we can be a good person. Thank you
So
very much, guys.
let's hope that one can come SKD.
Of course, Bankano win the government.
No. So let's hope that
I mean,
Ambassador.
those are grand bazaar because you're not going anywhere. Yo, stay right on the beginning. All right, guys, split teams.
Turn up to Samdra TV. Turn up to Samdra TV. Veronica the boss for Samdra TV. She